There's a moment in life when you realize that most of your suffering never came from the world outside, but from the reactions that erupted inside you, from the words you couldn't hold back, from the silence you couldn't tolerate, from the impulses you obeyed before understanding them. You've spent years letting every tone, every delay, every gesture decide your worth. You've lived as if the world were a storm and you had no shelter, no structure, no center. But the truth is darker and simpler than you ever imagined. The storm was never outside you. It lived inside your chest. And the only way out is inward. Today's Stoic message whispers a different path. It says that the one who follows reason, the quiet intelligence beneath impulse, beneath fear, beneath emotional noise, becomes both joyful and serene, disciplined and free, calm and powerful. This is not abstract philosophy. This is the map you've been missing. Because becoming calm isn't about controlling the world. It's about controlling the one thing you never mastered, yourself. Caleb's journey begins here, in the dim light between who he was and who he must become. And through him you will see the version of yourself you've avoided, the one who stops reacting, stops bleeding energy, stops bending, and starts choosing. This is a return to reason. This is the birth of someone untouchable. You wake in a room that feels like early morning before the sun trusts the world again. A thin blue light slips through the blinds, revealing more silence than shape. Your thoughts rise quickly, already pulling you into old anxieties. That pressure in your chest, familiar, insistent, reminds you of every unresolved moment you carry. Life has been unbearably loud inside you. But beneath that noise, beneath the emotional storms, something ancient waits patiently. A voice that doesn't shout, a voice that guides. The first whisper of the Logos. Caleb stands inside an abandoned industrial loft, concrete floors, steel beams, dust drifting like slow snow. He doesn't move, he listens. Not to the building, but to the deeper silence beneath all things. The silence feels alive, watching, waiting. This is where it begins. When you finally hear the quiet under the chaos, when you finally notice the thread of reason beneath your impulses. Following this inner thread changes you. Life stops feeling like a battlefield where every emotion demands a reaction. You stop answering every provocation. You stop letting other people's moods dictate your day. Someone disrespects you. Someone tests you. Someone tries to trigger the old wounds you've carried for too long. Before, you reacted instantly. But when you follow reason, something shifts. You pause. You assess. You choose. And choosing is the beginning of power. Caleb approaches a metal table in the center of the loft. The surface is worn, cold, marked by time. He runs his fingers across it and breathes slowly. Direction enters him like a slow current. Reason doesn't erase emotion, it aligns it. It brings order to the chaos, and alignment feels like freedom. But the moment you become calm, the world grows uncomfortable. People expect your old self-emotional, reactive, easy to provoke. They don't know what to do with your silence. They feel threatened by your composure. They call you distant, cold, changed. But the truth is that wisdom shifts your posture. Your calmness becomes sharpness. Your silence becomes a shield. Your boundaries become walls built from something ancient. Caleb finds an old control panel on the wall, rusted switches, dead bulbs, wires exposed like forgotten veins. He studies a switch but doesn't flip it. Not everything needs activation. Not every emotion deserves a reaction. Not every flicker is a command. You begin to understand that most of your suffering came from answering what was never a question. Imagine someone throws sarcasm at you. Before it pierced you, now you breathe. You observe. You let it pass through you like wine through an open window. They expect chaos. You offer nothing. And in giving nothing, you gain everything. Caleb walks to a high window overlooking a distant, half-awake city. Lights flicker softly. Movement continues far below, but nothing inside him moves with it. His emotions are no longer public property. This is the gift reason gives, emotional sovereignty. And once reason settles in you, it becomes vision. Patterns appear where confusion once lived. You begin to see the world under its disguise. Much of your pain came from interpreting too much. Much of your fear came from imagining meanings that were never there. Reason dissolves illusions. Caleb walks across the loft, past empty boxes scattered across the floor, relics of old selves he once carried. He touches one, watching dust rise gently. He understands now that most of his decisions were made without clarity, driven by fear, driven by insecurity, driven by the hunger to belong. The Logos shows this without mercy. It reveals where you betrayed yourself to keep the peace, where you shrank to be accepted, where you carried weight that wasn't yours. He finds a broken shard of glass on the metal table and lifts it toward the light. For years he saw himself through distorted reflections created by rejection, abandonment, and doubt. But now he knows the truth. He wasn't broken. The mirror was, and your mirror was too. After revelation comes restructuring. Reason doesn't just expose it, rebuilds. You start removing emotional clutter, old expectations, unnecessary obligations, pressures you never chose. Caleb sits against a concrete column, feeling its solidity. The surface is rough but unmoving, scarred but dependable. He realizes that real firmness isn't aggression, it's purpose. You begin to understand that most of your emotional weight came from people you tried to impress, conflicts you tried to fix, burdens you carried out of guilt. As you let go, your inner world gains space. And in that space, clarity begins to breathe. Caleb moves to a metal door, slightly open, humming with the cold air behind it. The path beyond is narrow, imperfect, uncomfortable, but clear. Reason rarely offers comfort, but it always offers direction. When you grow, the world will test you. People who depended on your softness will push harder. People who relied on your reactivity will try to provoke you. The old version of you will whisper, trying to pull you back. But your foundation has changed. Your silence has weight now. Caleb walks down the narrow corridor. The walls are cracked, holding echoes of old fears. He senses the ghosts of past versions calling him. But he keeps moving. They no longer have permission to control him. Stability isn't the absence of difficulty. It's the refusal to collapse before it. You still hear the criticisms. You still face the same challenges, but you don't fall into old traps. You choose your response deliberately. At the end of the corridor, Caleb finds a heavy steel door vibrating with the world's noise on the other side. He places his hand on it. He feels the pressure, the chaos, the push. But the door stands firm. This is your new boundary built by reason, defended by discipline. People will misunderstand your silence. They will call you arrogant, cold, unfeeling. But their discomfort only reveals how much they relied on your weakness. Growth exposes the insecurity of others. Caleb returns to the main loft wide, silent, grounded. Every step he takes is deliberate. There is no hurry, no panic, no wasted motion. Reason teaches precision. Emotion taught you excess. You wasted years over-explaining, over-helping, overreacting. Now you learn the power of selective action. Not everything deserves your effort. Not every problem requires fixing. Not every battle is yours. Caleb picks up a heavy metal gear from a shelf, a symbol of all the unnecessary mechanisms he tried to push in life. He sets it down gently. He no longer forces what does not move naturally. People may call you distant now, but distance is clarity, and from clarity grows something unexpected, silent joy, a joy that doesn't disappear by afternoon, a joy that emerges from inner trust. Caleb stands beneath a flickering light, breathing deeply. The loft feels different now, not because anything changed, but because he did. You begin waking without anxiety. You begin choosing your attention. You begin noticing that life no longer pulls you in every direction. This joy is the side effect of mastery, and no one can steal it. Caleb looks at his reflection in the dusty window. Even blurred, he sees it clearly, a presence that wasn't there before, a dignity that doesn't need to be announced, a strength that doesn't need to be proven. When the serenity settles, the transformation completes. Reason doesn't just guide your decisions, it shapes who you are. Caleb walks through the loft one last time. The old machines, the old dust, the old shadows, ghosts of who he once was no longer hold authority. He doesn't destroy them, he simply outgrows them. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing people. You stop bending for approval. You stop bleeding energy into the wrong places. Your presence becomes heavier, quieter, harder to read, harder to provoke, harder to manipulate. You become someone who commands respect without speaking. Caleb stands in the center of the loft. His shadow stretches long beneath him. He breathes slowly, feeling a steady flame inside, controlled, contained, eternal. The world hasn't changed, but he has become untouchable, and so have you. And now you understand what the Stoics meant when they said that the person who follows reason has both the time and the willingness to act, both joy and serenity. You have become someone who moves with intention, someone who feels deeply but responds wisely, someone who doesn't break at the slightest touch, someone who has reclaimed their center. You have become untouchable, not because the world's soft, but because your soul solidified. If you feel this shift inside you, then continue the journey. There's another path waiting, another descent into silence, strength, and clarity. When you're ready, step forward. I'll be here, guiding you through the dark, toward the version of yourself you were meant to become.